This summer I went to 5 cities in Turkey to discover new places and try regional Turkish cuisine dishes to share with you. Our fourth stop was Trabzon city, my husband's hometown. I went to a historical local restaurant in the Trabzon city center. Tarihi Kalkanoğlu pilavcısı. From 1850s, they serve only couple of dishes: meat, rice, beans, with Hoshaf drink.
Akşam 7'ye 7.30'da varız efendim.
I'm preparing the same menu at home: meat kavurma, rice, and apricot hoshaf. As a side dish, I'm going to cook stuffed chard that I learned from a local lady on my last year visit to Trabzon. And I will complete my menu with another local dessert from the Black Sea region, Laz Böreği. Let's begin. For the apricot hoshaf, I'm gonna use 200 grams, about 1.5 cups of dried apricot. I washed a couple of times and drained, and going to soak in 1.5 cups of water for about 1 to 2 hours or up to overnight. If the apricots are big, you can halve them or cut into 2 pieces or use it whole, and place it in a medium-sized pan, adding 2 cups of more water and turn on the heat. I'm gonna boil for about 20-25 until it softens and releases its flavor to the water. Adding half cup or little more granulated sugar, and I continue to boil for 10 to 15 more minutes. Here it is ready. I'm gonna cool down and going to add more water until I get desired sweetness. My menu is good for 5-6 serving size, and I'm gonna soak 2 cups of long grain rice in hot salty water for 1 to 2 hours. For the meat kavurma, I have 800 grams cubed meat. As you can see, it also has some fat. Added 2 cups of water and going to boil first until it softens. The time can change, depends on your meat type. Make sure it is soft. Mine, it took about 1 hour or little more to cook. And I'm placing the meat to another smaller pan and transfer the stock to another cup. I'm gonna use both for the rice and the meat again. In the same pan, I'm heating 80 to 100 grams of butter, and also to the meat I'm gonna add some more butter to saute. I had leftover melted butter from the Laz Böreği dish, my dessert. I'm gonna share in the next episode. So I used it and going to saute the rice for about 6 to 8 minutes. I am also going to flavor my meat by adding salt and black pepper to taste, and going to add extra fat to flavor more. I have nice sizzling sound coming from my rice. For 2 cups of rice, I'm adding 3 cups of water and I used half of the meat stock for the rice and half for the meat and continue to cook, simmering on low for about 10 more minutes or until the rice soaked all the water. In my freezer I had butter from Trabzon city, which has a distinct beautiful aroma, so I'm gonna use it to flavor my meat. You can also use lamb tail fat, which is the hint for most of the kebabs in Turkish cuisine, if you can find. And since the rice I tried in the restaurant in Trabzon city had lots of butter, I added extra more to flavor. My et kavurma is also sizzling, burnt a little bit from the bottom and soaked all the meat stock, and it's ready. My rice has been resting after I turned off the heat for about 15 minutes, and I gently stir, folding from the sides on top. And here is the Laz Böreği. It has crunchy phyllo layers like baklava, cream in the middle, served with syrup. So delicious, I'm gonna share in the next episode. And another traditional Trabzon dish, pazı sarması, rolled chard. It is vegetarian, doesn't have any meat. I'm serving it with yogurt and paprika sauce. Hopefully I'll share the recipe in the upcoming episodes. Since I made the exact menu I tasted at the restaurant, I wanted to compare how much I spent to cook the menu with the restaurant prices. So here is the result. 100 grams of meat, I gave 85 Turkish liras, which is close to $5. And at home I spent approximately 200 Turkish liras for 5 servings of meat, rice and Apricot Hoshaf. So for one serving it was 40 Turkish liras, which is about $2.15. It is half the price of the restaurant. I was very happy with the result, almost same taste. The meat was a bit more softer, maybe because of the meat cut and the region. If you are willing, it would be nice to see how much it would cost for you to make the same menu, so we can compare the different countries. I will share the rolled chard, pazı sarması and Laz Böreği in the upcoming episodes, and then I will take you to the last stop of the 5 cities, Kapadokya, Nevşehir. If you are interested to see more local Turkish cuisine dishes, make sure to watch my previous episode and others. Stay tuned and see you soon. Afiyet olsun.